Okay, we will start. I'm going to give it maybe another minute. I feel like I was trying to get everything situated. My computer's changed a little bit, so I was trying to make sure everything was still set up right. But I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season and is having a good 2022. I know I'm excited. I always love New Year's. It feels like fresh starts and all the excitement that comes with that. And I personally I just love that time of year. Not the cold, but I like just the start of a new year. It's always fun. I'm in Georgia, and we actually had snow. Was about a week and a half ago now, where we had almost 2 inches. So I'm kind of at the foothills of the mountains in North Georgia, and so we had quite a bit of snow, which was interesting because Georgia rarely gets snow, but we had some, and that was interesting. So I'm kind of glad that it melted because Georgia is not prepared when we do have snow. So I hope that everyone's been staying safe and also healthy. I know if you traveled, it could have been crazy with getting sick. I know a lot of people were sick. I was sick for quite a bit. So I hope that everyone is safe and healthy. So let's see. So it is a few minutes after. And so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen again. Let's see. So we're going to cover your 2022 Amazon marketing plan, and this is part 2. So if you didn't have a chance to watch the first part, you can actually watch just this, and it'll still all make sense, but you'll just have more to kind of go through as you're thinking about your Amazon marketing plan for this year if you watch the first part as well. So it'll just kind of really add to it. But to be quite honest, you'll be able to take these things and topics that we're going to cover today, and you're going to be able to then really run with it, even if you're just watching this section. So like I said, don't feel like you're kind of behind on anything. You're going to be able to follow along because it kind of stands on its own. But to be quite honest, this would have been a very, very long webinar. And I know at a certain point, it's easy for, just like attention span to be like, okay, it's just going to be too much if it was more than an hour, to be quite honest. So it probably would have been closer to 2 hours if I would put it all together in one, which is why I've split it out. And I think this will be really helpful though. So just a question to think on is, what is the hardest part about marketing your product online? So just something to think about. Maybe you jotted something down to that question that I just asked. And then why do you think that is? Do you have any ideas? And I have a few that I'll share with you on why that might be. One of them, to be quite honest, is there are so many different options on marketing. Now, this is where I'm going to kind of incorporate a little bit more beyond Amazon. There are so many places that you can spend your budget, you can invest into marketing on, that sometimes it is overwhelming of where to begin. And you do have to think about your marketing strategy holistically, meaning I'm going to just address Amazon, but you have to remember that there's things offline externally that you are and should be doing as well to have that overall impact of getting your brand out there, right? So think about, what portion of your marketing spend are you going to allocate to Amazon this year? Thinking through other platforms that you're going to be marketing, how much of that are you going to put towards Amazon? And then, like I said, thinking about what portion are you going to apply off of Amazon to that external marketing. For instance, if you are doing, social media marketing, thinking through how much you're going to be putting towards that, and then keeping in mind that those external strategies, like if you have a Facebook page for your brand, which I hope you do, then, are you occasionally not only allowing people to buy from your website, but are you then also even pointing traffic to Amazon as well. Amazon loves and does reward external traffic. Even right now, they are actually, there's the brand referral bonus. If you're not aware of that, that's happening right now, that you actually get discounts on FBA fees, that Amazon fees that you normally would not get. So take advantage of things like that, not only because Amazon rewards it, but also because someone that might not convert and buy on your website might convert on Amazon. So really you have to think about, that you're not, it's not like you're missing out, because yes, you're going to have to pay some more fees on Amazon than you would your website, but you might be capturing like customers that you wouldn't have had otherwise. Also can be a major investment in marketing, right? I mean, it's very easy to spend money on, might not be easy per se, but it's very, I mean, it's going to happen where you're going to be spending a good chunk on marketing. Like, for instance, as a starting point for brands, especially if you have multiple products in your catalog, we usually recommend starting off a baseline of at least $1,000 willing to invest into Amazon advertising specifically a month, and then building it out from there. It could be a little bit less if you don't have, like if you only have one product or maybe two, but typically that's kind of going to be a nice starting point that we would recommend. So, you want to, I mean, that you're going to have to spend a good chunk on marketing, and that's just one piece. Amazon is just one piece of your marketing. You've got things that you're doing externally as well. Sometimes also there's not much to show for it. The one thing I do love about Amazon marketing, though, I will say, is that it's very clear on how much you're putting in and how much you're getting out. When you're, putting money into Amazon marketing, you can very clearly see through the advertising console of how much return you're getting. So sometimes I think with Amazon, the marketing that you'll do off of Amazon, when you think of things like Google Ads, you may not, like, did this impact this? Sometimes it's hard to see, what actually happened. But with the thing about Amazon that I love is that I think you can really clearly see this is how much was spent. This is how much it resulted in sales. But sometimes, and this was especially true for Q4, sometimes cost, and it has been over the last few years, the cost to advertise on Amazon does go up and has been going up. We're seeing rising costs per click averages and things like that. Well, once again, more competition in the marketplace and everything like that, where people are understanding the importance of it. So sometimes it might just be you're not seeing a very good return on your ad spend. And then really, if you don't have that clear plan, you can overspend. And I think that's a huge fear for a lot of brands on Amazon. So you're not alone if you've thought that. If you think like, I'm going to put this much into Amazon advertising and my return is going to be really low. Typically a nice starting target would be a 2 return on ad spend, but on average, I would say 3 and up, very doable on Amazon, depending on your category and your niche. And then really worse though, and I think that this can happen, if you're not really sure on how your advertising is going on Amazon, but you could actually underspend and underperform. So really with your Amazon advertising, you need to be aware that, yes, there might be a certain point at which you would continue to add spend to your monthly Amazon marketing and advertising, that at a certain point, it may become not as profitable. Like you'll have that little flattening point and maybe even a decline. But if you're underspending, you may not be maximizing your results. So this is a whole nother topic for another day, but really knowing your numbers with advertising is important. At what point are you breaking even? At what point are you profitable or losing money? And I've talked about that in the past, but that's why it's so important to know that. So with that though, there's great opportunity for your advertising. So once again, you need to have that clear plan. You need to have your goals, your targets, and your key performance indicators in place. So for instance, having a target, advertising cost of sale on Amazon that you're trying to hit. What's your goal? What's the purpose behind your advertising? Are you trying to get brand awareness? Are you, is this a new product launch that you're okay with losing money on? Things like that. Or is this an established product that you want the ads to be profitable? I've talked about this before, but having those goals in your mind and the targets that you want to hit will help you, because if you don't have those things in place, you won't know if they're successful or not, according to what you're trying to hit. And then another thing is you need to generate enough sessions. So remember, for Amazon, sessions is how many times people come to a product listing. And you can view this inside your business reports in Seller Central if you have an account. So make sure to always, check those out. We typically like to look at least a 30-day period. You can even look at a quarterly 90-day period as well. But you also need to have enough sessions to hit your sales targets for this year. You want to keep your products visible. So you have to make sure, are your sales goals in line with your other goals as well? Like, if you're not, basically, if you're not willing to spend that, but you're wanting to reach these high goals, maybe that goal is too high based on your advertising investment per month or whatever. So making sure that that is doable and feasible. So I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of an example, more tangible, but how many sales per month are, questions for each product unit are you looking to sell on Amazon? That's kind of something we're going to talk about more. And obviously you want to have that great return on investment. You should be able to see, this is how much I spent, this is how many sales came as a result of that. And like I said, I think Amazon's metrics can be very, very clear to see, and to see how you're performing with the marketing. So success would be you're maximizing your sessions, and then you're hitting those sales goals that you have created and that you're going to think through. Even now, I'm going to give you time, not right now, but I'm going to give you a time, well, basically now, of creating that customized action plan that is specific to your brand and your products on Amazon. So, to be able to hit those, though, a lot of times you do need to get more people to your listings.